Welcome to the most unhinged mid-year freakout tag that you will see on BookTube this year. I am not doing all of the questions at the same time. I'm going to do one question at a time, and ideally I would be posting a video every day. That's probably not going to happen because I'm even choosing a longer version of this tag. So there are several versions of this tag. I'm also making zucchini bread, so I'm shredding zucchini right now. There are several versions of this tag on BookTube, and I am choosing to do the Gavin Reads It All version because I like that version. I might add a question because it's very similar to the original tag, the Gavin Reads It All one, but there was one question in the original tag that I liked. So Gavin Reads It All has a what book made you cry, and then he does not have the follow-up, what's a book that made you happy? Because I do think like a book that made you happy could be different than like a favorite book that you read, because there can just be like books that make you happy but aren't necessarily your favorite. Okay, this was a super long introduction, but this is just going to be question one of the mid-year freakout tag, and then I will be filming and posting more video or more questions from this tag as it goes. So question one is, how has your reading year been? And my reading year has been a roller coaster, like everything else in my life. So January I read 2 books, and then March I read 8 books, and that's very much encapsulates my reading year. June, I didn't finish any books until June 20th was like the first day that I actually finished a book in June. Now I read like 10 books at the same time, so I was able to finish a book in June, or no, more than one book. I was able to finish 4 books in June because I was reading like 10 books at the same time, and I was able to finish 4 of them right at the end of the month. But yeah, that's kind of just been my reading year. I am still reading speculative fiction, so I am still reading a lot of like science fiction and fantasy, but I actually noticed like most of the science fiction and fantasy I'm reading is not like really like high, I would say like high fantasy, high magic stuff. I'm reading a lot more nonfiction. I'm reading a lot, not a lot, but like some contemporary and some literary fiction. And even those, like some of them might even have like speculative elements in it, but they're like very light on the speculative elements. So then they don't actually get put in like speculative fiction. So yeah, I'm really branching out on my genres. I'm reading like kind of all over the place, and I feel like I'm not reading all of the super popular speculative books right now. I'm not even sure if I'm reading any books right now. I'm just reading what I want. And I guess that's what's making it a good reading year. And I recommend it if you want to read and you don't want the pressure of like reading what's popular or whatever. Just like read what you want. And that's what I'm doing, and it's working out great. So I don't know how many books I've read so far this year. I'll have that up on the screen. I've been enjoying using Fable, and it gives me like how many books I read each month. And it also has like each month I can see which days I read what books. And I've really been enjoying those features of Fable, so I keep track of my reading on there, and that's been great. So let me know in the comments, and so you can play along with me in the comments and answer like one question at a time. So this video is, how has my reading year been? And I think that's a good, I guess, like catch up. The next question, I can give you a little tease, is going to be like the best books that I read this year, and I'm definitely going to talk about more than one book because I've had a good reading year. I've liked lots of books this year. So chat with me in the comments, and I'll see you next time.